Hello everyone, welcome back to another Nova Online breakdown video. I hope everybody's been enjoying their week, having a great time, with the holidays approaching. I hope everybody's spending time with their family and just enjoying the overall vibes. Now, someone who hasn't been enjoying their time recently is our least favorite tub of pudding, Nova Online. Nova's really taken a leap into delusion this week. He's really started to take too much of that wacky juice, Recently, he's started branding every single one of his TikTok posts he creates, and what I mean by this is Nova has started putting a watermark on his TikTok posts. And y'all will see this when I show you one of his most recent videos with said watermark on it. And this just had me chuckling, absolutely belly laughing. Nova has been defending his actions in the comments where people are laughing at him and making fun of his unnecessary watermark by saying that people are stealing his content to make money off of him. Now, Nova, I don't think you understand how the internet works and how a certain copyright disclaimer for YouTube works. This being the copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. This allowance is made for the fair use purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, or research. And unfortunately, Nova, for me, I am under this blanket. I make videos on you to report news of you and to criticize. And by posting these videos on the internet that you do, you open yourself up to anyone on the internet to make constructive content based on your actions and doings on the internet. So with that address, let's make our way to the first Nova video that is now branded. Because once again, that's what we do here. Your boy I'm Large loves going over some goofy, wacky Nova content in the hopes that one day we'll see this Discord doofus off of the internet. So the first video I wanted to share with y'all is the very first branded Nova content that he put out, where Tubby here reviews another food product. And this seems like an everyday thing at this point. Nova has really been dominating these food reviews. I know that Nova could try and argue that it's like his main source of content, but we all know that shit is not actually content. It's just an excuse to make a video after he goes to the store and gets his lunch or dinner or snack for the day, and it's not any form of entertainment. People aren't flocking to Nova's food reviews to get some good intel on what they should eat for that day. But regardless, in this review, Nova is taking down some Dr. Pepper flavored beef jerky, which, again, conceptually is terrible. That's how we can really come to the conclusion that Nova is not putting any thought into his reviews. He just grabs what he's hungry for and then slaps a TikTok video on and then provides no meaningful editing and just gives us this slop.
I find the strangest products at my local 7-Eleven. Today, we've got Dr. Pepper beef jerky. If you're a longtime fan, you guys know how much I love Dr. Pepper. And, not too bad on the sodium and sugars. So we're going to try this and compare it to a normal Dr. Pepper. But first, let's remind ourselves what the Dr. Pepper tastes like.
Genuinely, I don't think you need a reminder, Nova. Don't get me wrong, Dr. Pepper is goated. It's my favorite soda. I love the stuff, and I will never need a reminder on what it tastes like. And I don't think you need one either, Nova. He just finds ways to stretch his videos for an unbearable amount of time. Most of the time, he's silent or munching on his food, and then he'll come back and give a 2 to 3 sentence review on what he just ate, and it's all just uninspiring trash.
Oh, it's so good. So consistent. It's literally the perfect soda. Now let's go ahead and try ourselves the Dr. Pepper beef jerky. If I can get the damn thing open. Sniff test. Ooh, that smells very peppery. Does it taste like Dr. Pepper? Probably not, but let's still try it out. Bone apple teeth.
How does he make everything seem difficult? Opening that bag took him a while, and then biting into some beef jerky, he started struggling. And then you'll hear him when I play the video again. While he's chewing, he's breathing heavy as fuck. Nova, get a tissue and blow all that gunk out of your nose so you can breathe a little better.
You gotta be kidding me right now. It just tastes like a peppered beef jerky. There is no essence of Dr. Pepper in there. It's good, but it's not Dr. Pepper. I also like jerky that's a little easier to chew. This jerky is tough. This was the most ultimate letdown of all time. I'm going to give the Dr. Pepper beef jerky a 4 out of 10. Very disappointing. Nova Universe, signing off.
I mean, what did you really expect? It's not some grand invention. I'm sure they didn't spend countless hours in the lab trying to finally craft this beef jerky to taste exactly like Dr. Pepper. It's just meant to have the essence of it, because if you had beef jerky that tasted exactly like Dr. Pepper, it probably wouldn't be too good. But as you can see, I'm sure y'all did, this horizontally challenged moron put a watermark on his video. Not anything cool or innovative like some people do with their watermark. When people really get crafty with it to try and cement the fact that, this is their content, this is my watermark, then, don't don't take my content. No, Nova's watermark is literally just the text you make in the fucking TikTok editing page. Nova can never produce anything worthwhile. We saw this with his captions, he used to spam it with AI crafted sentences, and he never wrote his own captions. Now he's doing the barest of minimum to try and create a watermark that also accomplishes nothing, by the way. This won't deter people making content about you, Nova, because we're allowed to do that. I'm criticizing you right now. I'm criticizing your inability to make content that's actually good. I've also given you solutions, take them or leave them to try and fix your real life by getting off the internet, but I've given you some solutions. So by putting a lazily put together watermark on your lazily put together content, it's not going to deter anyone. In fact, I'm sure it's actually done the opposite of what you wanted it to do. But we're moving on here. There's more garbage in your Nova stocking to rustle through, so let's move on to another video that Nova finally crafted this week, etched with his magnificent watermark, let me add as well. In this video, Nova is once again reviewing more fast food. At this point, his content has completely divulged into only food, which in turn, as we've seen before with Nova, is him now wasting money on fast food. Nova stays crushing calories, but we're now at a certain point where he is only crushing fast food calories. So while he's been doing good losing weight, I can't imagine if this is going to continue given how much food he's throwing back. Is he going to keep losing weight? Probably not. So if Nova's wasting his money and eating countless amounts of calories, what are you really gaining here, Nova? No one wants to see this shit. Everyone just wants to dumpster you. You have to know this at this point, right? Seeing the countless amount of comments just shitting on you, seeing the numerous videos just documenting how shitty you are, that's gotta hit some kind of nerve eventually. But hell, it's Nova. I doubt he'll ever learn.
Is the micro meal from Del Taco worth it? Let's find out. So this is $2.99 for a burrito, a handful of french fries, and a donut bite, which is all I can smell in here. It smells like cinnamon sugar, like this whole thing. Let's first start off with the crinkle cut fries. Needs more salt.
Once again, do y'all see what I'm talking about? That's all dude says about the fries. He doesn't actually dive into anything he's reviewing. And I understand, it's Del Taco. It's not anything fine dining, or it's not anything special, but if this is what kind of content you're gonna make, Nova, make it fucking worthwhile. Because on top of this, Nova just expects an onslaught of views and likes because he posted. No, Nova, you're not entitled to anything. You're only getting these views and likes because people are making fun of you, not because what you're doing is impressive or difficult. You're just sitting in your swamp ass reviewing a $3 meal, and you can't even do that right. And I'm sure y'all have heard Nova say this before, but he really wants a silver play button from YouTube. Getting that 100,000 subscriber mark, he really wants that. But we all know that's never gonna happen because he's a creep and he can't make any reputable content.
Now time for the burrito. Let me just say, this is pretty big for $2.99. They give you a decent amount of meat, but not enough cheese for the $2.99. So next time I'm gonna add a little bit more cheese to it. And finally, the donut bite. Easily the best part of the meal. There's not too much cinnamon sugar. It's nice and soft on the inside. And honestly, it's one of the better desserts I've had from a fast food restaurant. Absolutely fire. And do I think it's worth $3? Absolutely. It is a great light meal. No Vine Universe, signing off.
I can't. I sound like a broken record right now, but there's just nothing there. And honestly, at the end there, he gave Del Taco probably the most descriptive breakdown I've ever heard, and that's what we were left with. I'll keep preaching this. If Nova was never outed for being a disgusting creep, he would have just fallen off after a few weeks after that Wingstop review. You often don't get many chances to make your mark, and when you do, you have to capitalize off of it. And we see Nova doing this shit. And he has 300,000 followers. It's sad, but we do have somebody to hurl tomatoes at the end of the day. So we're gonna move on to the next Nova video this week. In this video, we see Nova seems to have posted a draft, and in this draft, he left off his finely crafted watermark, but I did want to throw this one in here because he just looks so off. He generally looks like Leslie in this video, and he once again is reviewing fast food, and now I can certainly tell he's lost a bit of weight, because in this, he just looks like he's spilling over himself. But, let's get into it.
This will probably be over by the time it came out, but Wendy's and Wednesday from Netflix did a collab, and I'm going to try the Raven's Blood Frosty and Dips of Dread today. We've got the rest in 10-piece chicken nuggets with the Dips of Dread. Let's try this first one. Alright, it smells like a buffalo ranch. Let's try this out. Spicier than I thought. Now the second dip of Dread, which looks like teriyaki sauce.
Guess what? You're about a minute in, and I might have to go get the air horn to wake you guys back up. Golly, this shit is trash. But I wanted y'all to see this one just to sort of like confirm, like, he looks like Leslie right here. And you know, this is a good opportunity to tell y'all, go follow my Twitch. It's twitch.tv/I'mLarge610. Go follow it up there, you know, thank you, much love.
Pretty good. I like the first dip of dread better than the second because it had a little bit more flavor. The second one doesn't have much flavor. Now, the Raven's Blood Frosty. I got the vanilla. Alright. A little bit of black cherry. A little bit of vanilla. This does not taste like cough medicine at all. Everyone is lying.
He goes on a little pseudo rant here talking about how the ice cream doesn't taste like cough medicine even though everyone else he watched says it does, and I'm kind of inclined to believe the other people he's referencing. Nova doesn't have a very sophisticated palate. However, the same could be said in the opposite way, because he eats so much fast food. Could he be like the paragon of fast food? Who knows?
I absolutely love black cherry, and this delivered. I don't get, like, everyone I've watched said this tastes like cough syrup. It does not. It tastes absolutely amazing. I'm going to go enjoy this. The Raven's Blood Frosty gets an 8 out of 10 for me. The first dip of dread gets a 7 out of 10. And the second one gets a 5. Novine Universe, signing off.
It's just the same slop every time. Sitting, loudly chewing, and then giving it some asinine rating based off of who knows, because he doesn't actually explain why. And then he signs off. It's all just so lazy. I can't understand why he hasn't even tried to tweak his content just slightly to try and make it more pleasing, because he doesn't do anything else during the day. He's got the time for it. But regardless, I'm out of here for today. Nova's antics will never shock me, but they'll always leave me a bit confused most times, and this week was no different. I appreciate everyone for watching. I will see you in the next one. Deuces.